Built in 1950 by the Norfolk and Western's Roanoke shops, number 611 is a J Class 484 Northern type locomotive. The J's were the N&W's final steam passenger engines. Built to be able to both climb over the Blue Ridge and get up a good bit of speed on the flats, the J's were heavily refined locomotives. Number 611 almost met her end in 1956, derailing and ending up on her side when her engineer, disoriented in fog, took a 40-mile-per-hour curve at more than 60. The N&W chose to rebuild and repair her, however, making her almost new at a time when some Western railroads had already completely dieselized. When the N&W began phasing out steam, many individuals lobbied the railroad to keep a J-Class for posterity. Because she was in the best condition, number 611 was set aside and hired out for a variety of special trips until she was finally set aside permanently in 1960. She was donated to the city of Roanoke, Virginia, and placed on display in Wasena Park, among other historic railroad equipment. In 1981, through an agreement between the Norfolk and Western Railway, the Southern Railway, and the National Railway Historical Society, number 611 was removed from Wasena Park and taken to the Southern Railway's steam shops in Irondale, Alabama. While she was there, the N&W and the Southern merged, and 611 became part of the now Norfolk Southern steam program. She would travel all over the NS system until 1994, when a variety of factors led the company to close the program. 611 was returned to Roanoke and placed on static display at the Virginia Museum of Transportation. In 2011, Norfolk Southern announced a 5-year program which would see steam locomotives owned by various groups travel to every major hub on the NS system. In 2013, the Virginia Museum of Transportation announced the Fire Up 611 initiative. This was an investigation into the feasibility of restoring 611 to running condition. She was found to be in good shape and was moved to the North Carolina Transportation Museum. In 2015, 611 moved again under her own power and almost immediately returned to the main line under the flag of the 21st Century Steam Program. .611 pulled trips over the NS main lines until 2017, beyond the conclusion of the 21st Century Steam Program, but to the conclusion of some individual agreements with Norfolk Southern. She returned to Roanoke in 2018. In 2019, 611 traveled to the Strasburg Railroad for an event with N&W J Class 480, number 475. After riding out 2020 at the North Carolina Transportation Museum, 611 returned to Strasburg for more than a year, partly for trips, partly for firebox work. 611 sat idle for a time after returning from Strasburg. In the fall of 2023, trips were arranged on the Buckingham Branch Railroad between Goshen and Staunton, Virginia. A member of the VMT board built a siding and platform on his own property to make these trips happen. Following the trips, several members left the VMT board, including the one who built the siding and platform. 611 sat idle in 2024. In 2025, another round of Buckingham Branch trips were arranged through the Steam Railroading Institute, and the Virginia Museum of Transportation was able to bring 611 in on those trips. Going on year 10 of her 15 years of operating time, 611 still has some adventures ahead of her. But with a truly unique streamlined shape and an inimitable presence, it's easy to see why many call her the Queen of Steam.
as ever.